Hello, welcome to Conversations with Neuvias. My name is Carol. We have the lovely Marge,
Hello.
and our lovely topic today is interconnectedness.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice conversation about it.
Yes, so interconnectedness means just finding a connection with empathy, with compassion, excuse me, with relationships. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. So that'd be a
Yeah,
good topic.
yeah. We need a lot of togetherness and interconnected to recognize the interconnectedness that there is around.
Yes, yes, because I know sometimes we do a lot of things alone and we're not aware of how it impacts us. And so, yeah, that's kind of why we're doing this podcast today.
Yep.
Kind of give you a little bit of clarity with interconnectedness or being interconnected.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so it's kind of like bringing community, belong, and coming together and belonging. So, yeah.
yeah. So that's an interesting subject to approach at this point in history because a lot of people are calling for more co-creation and interconnectedness and recognizing that humanity is humanity and we're not just connected with other humans, we're also connected with the earth and the sky and all of it works together.
Yes, unity and nature for sure come hand in hand. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, you're right. There are a lot of people searching for something else other than what is going on their day-to-day basis. So yes, I totally agree with you, Marge. I will say today, I brought Whispers of the Ocean with us because I feel like this deck would help us with interconnectedness.
It's
It's
a
a lot of
mouthful, isn't it?
words. Yeah, interconnectedness. And so yeah, I just feel that this one would probably give us some thought into as to what we are talking about today. It's a
Sounds
little bit
good.
bigger deck, yeah. So it's I had to shuffle it. Woof.
Yeah, a little challenging, huh?
It's a little challenging, but yeah, I think I got it. I think I've shuffled bigger decks in my time. So
It's funny when you get the big decks, it's hard to shuffle. The round ones are harder to shuffle, and the
yeah.
really small ones can be challenging too.
Oh my god, yes they are. So we got pushed to surface. The whale pushing to the
Uh,
surface. And this card says, Marge, it says, you may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life.
Interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, there it is. So push to surface. So
Huh.
yeah, I find that interesting. So, you know, like we were talking about, people are searching for a sense of belonging. And so this is just letting you know that maybe if you push to the surface, you might find what you're truly looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Finding
helping one another, working together. Because
out.
that picture's a mother, right? Well,
Yeah.
pushing the
Yeah.
baby up for its breath.
Yes.
And so reaching out for assistance, working together.
Yeah. Yeah. Finding the joy in others as well. So
Yeah,
yeah. It's such a beautiful card, isn't it?
it is. I love it. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Push to surface. So yeah. So I mean basically it's just talking about like, I mean, that, like you said, that is a mother well pushing her baby up to get his first probably his first breath of air. So yeah, it's about helping each other also, because if you look, she's helping him um finding his way as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. um this also says become aware of your dynamics in your life. So
Yeah. Where you work together, where you can support one another.
yeah. And it actually, when you're doing this too, Marge, this card also tells you, you know, instead of stalling, you know, find a your new energy. So, but you know, if you're feeling like you're not connecting with someone or not belonging to a community, or feel out of sorts because you're just not fitting in where you think you are trying to fit in, you know, don't force it, but just try to find somebody that's in the same wavelength as you, or a community that's in the same wavelength as you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute, this is also staying because you're stalling. So I would say when you're not connected, yeah, your energy just, you might start feeling depleted, or, you might
Yeah.
be giving too much of you, and you're,
Out of
um,
balance.
yeah, out of balance and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
um, you're not feeling fulfilled. And so that's kind of where we are with, maybe if you're feeling that lack of, compassion, or feeling
Connected.
connected. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it out, Carol. Get the word out. Come on. But yeah, so that's
Yeah. Find a
kind
new
of,
tribe, find a new hobby or something like that, and then find places that you can interact with people that do that stuff.
oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. And
it does
then
help.
it's, yeah. Also, Marsh, it's about finding a sense of peace in your purpose as well. So
Yeah.
once you find that peace within you, and you'll know, I mean, I think once you find your community or your relationship or what it is that you're in searching for to be interconnected, then you'll start finding joy in it. You'll know your
Absolutely.
your energy, your mood will start changing. You will know when you found your tribe.
Right. Absolutely. It's funny when you were saying that. Yeah, I had a picture, me and my jukebox mind or my video mind. I had a picture of how you how you just feel so much your heart grows
Yes.
when you're feeling like that. And then of course that jumped to the Grinch when his heart grew at the end of the video, at the end of the movie, when he
Oh my
gave the
God.
gifts and his
Yes.
heart grew. That's how you feel when you get connected with somebody and you get a new rush of love or compassion and connection with somebody. And it really does make you thrive.
Yes. It does. Like it really does.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, Marge. We'll talk about the empathy and, compassion. Like, I don't, excuse me, I don't think with what's everything going on, there doesn't sometimes seem to be like a lot of compassion or empathy. I don't know why it's so hard to showcase that, to help people during their struggles or whatever, or if they're going through something challenging, or even stepping up to the plate if somebody's getting bullied, or if someone's not treating another person fair,
Yeah.
um, it's finding that compassion to help someone, doing a good deed for the day, even if it's just something simple.
Absolutely. It makes a big difference in making that connection with somebody's heart.
Mm-hmm. Because you never know what another person's going through on their journey,
Yeah.
and they'll saying step into someone else's shoes because you just don't know,
Right.
you could be ugly towards a person and you don't know what they've gone through in that day. And sometimes it's good to take a step back and be like, why did I yell at this person this way, or why did I go off or was ugly to this person when there was really nothing that's,
Nothing that they did.
yeah, there was nothing that was pressing that you needed to go in that manner. So
Right. I think it's curious because on the day-to-day, normal, everyday stuff, people are less compassionate. If there's a disaster, it's kind of like some families, you only get together weddings and funerals. It's going to be a big deal for people to actually come together. Like during 9/11, the whole country came together. And right now it's just this bicker, 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 bicker stuff. And it's like, it makes no sense. Do we really need a disaster or a horrible thing to happen for people to support one another?
yeah, I know it's a shame.
Yeah. Interconnectedness is there regardless of what your label is
Hmm.
or even what country you're from, any of that. The whole world is connected.
Yes. No, we are all connected. I mean, we are all energy. I think I can't stress that enough. I've said that so many times on different podcasts.
Yeah.
We're all energy. So, if somebody's being ugly, that's gonna be an impact on your energy. And
Hmm.
you're gonna feel that awareness. That's like, why am I feeling a certain way? Well,
Right.
yeah, you're taking in that energy that wasn't even yours in the first place. So,
Yeah. And recognizing that connection, it doesn't necessarily, some people say it's always a mirror. Well, not necessarily. I
Mhm.
mean, your specific environment will teach you things.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's a lesson in it. Sometimes it's a lesson for the other person, and to have that compassion and say, it's okay. You're just being whatever's going on in your life. I can't help you, or I can help you.
Yeah.
If you can be compassionate enough to stay connected to somebody, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with you too, Marge. It's about being responsible for your behaviors as well.
Yeah.
If you're acting a certain way, then you're going to be treated the same, probably the same way.
Right.
If you're acting in a compassionate manner, you're going to be treated in a compassionate manner. It's just a give and take.
Hmm.
So yeah, just remember that. But yeah, that was definitely a good point, Marge.
Responses to situations are interesting. I was on a website, a local social media the other day, and there's somebody on here that's got the coolest car. It's one of these art cars.
Uh
So
huh.
they've drawn things on them, and they've got little animals and little dinosaur on the roof and toys all over the car. And some people are like, there's something wrong with that person. And somebody else is like, oh, I think they're just joyful and like to make people smile. And all these different opinions. And it's amazing, you can tell somebody's mindset. One person said they're sick, they should get some help. And I'm like, I don't understand why you can't accept the joy for what it is.
Yeah. That person's unique. That's what that is. They're unique. They're doing them and they're happy with what is going on in their world.
Yep.
I don't know why people have to put a damper on somebody's fun and joy.
Yeah.
Like,
You be you.
yeah, exactly.
If you is weird, be weird.
Yeah. There's nothing with weird and there's what's normal
There's no
mean
such thing as
anyway?
normal anyway.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. What's normal mean anyways? Geez,
Yeah,
we're not all boxes and we're just like, okay, we're the square because if that was the case, we'd all be bored out of our minds.
absolutely.
Yeah, so no, just be you. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with wearing different clothes, looking a certain way, people are just, people are unique. We are all unique, and
Hmm.
if God didn't make us unique, then, I don't know. We would just be so bored, I think.
I'm so happy to see now. Maybe it's the algorithm pointing things at my in my direction, but I'm really happy to see people embracing their own personal style and their personal life
Yeah.
and expressing themselves more genuinely than it used to be when we were kids. Carol is like, oh, don't do that, they'll think you're weird. Don't do that, they'll think you're weird. Don't say you talk to ghosts, they'll think you're weird. Or they'll put you in a psych ward, or they'll burn you at the stake if you're doing witchcraft. So it's like, and people feel, at least as far as I can see, there's a lot more people being freed to feel and behave genuinely.
Yeah, honestly, those traditions, March, have been kicked out the door. You
Hmm.
know, I know where I work at, like, I kid you not, that there are some people that walk in that door that look like they just walk out of the 70s, from the 70s. And the fashion statement is just on point. I mean, there are some people that come up dressed up in their own unique style, and it works for them. And you can't help but like truly admire them and let them know, like, oh my God, you look so on point. So
Yeah.
and it's okay because they woke up. That's who they wanted to be. That's what they were all about. That's what they were feeling in their vibes, and that's what they went with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I say I 100% like I love the uniqueness. I work in Austin, and I think I've told Marge this before. Like, there's a bumper sticker in Austin that says "Keep Austin weird." Well, let me tell you, the weird there works.
Yep. They've got it here too in Asheville,
Oh
where I'm at.
yeah,
Yeah, keep Asheville weird.
oh yeah,
They
I
have
love it.
billboards and everything. Keep Asheville weird. There's a
Yeah,
um supposedly of energy vortex here. There's an energy vortex here. So ley lines connect, and where Mount Pisgah is, as I could see out the window if there weren't so many trees,
Hmm.
is quite an energy vortex. There's one in Austin too, just like in Sedona. And so it really kind of makes people just feel more free.
Yes.
But we're getting off subject. We'll have to do that another podcast.
Because we were talking about the uniqueness of
Interconnectedness.
people and the
Yeah.
interconnectedness of people. So no,
Yeah.
but that's true. Right? That's kind of how I feel. Because we were talking about the weirdness.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, heck yeah, the fun weirdness. So, like I said, people, you do you. Let the world look. That's all I
Yeah,
can. Let the
that's
world
right.
look. We'll pull another card, Marge, and see what your today's topic is interconnectedness if you're just joining us. So yeah, have a good thing going on today.
Yeah.
I hear
It's exciting. I think this is an excellent subject for right now with all the polarization going on
yes,
in public. Now I think on personal level, not so much.
now interesting. Getting a download.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, oh, good timing. So this one's called Dancing in the Rainbow. Look at that dolphin just having fun,
beautiful.
splashing around, doing his thing, enjoying the love and the light from the rainbow.
Nice.
I, yeah, this is such a superb card. This is a whole deck. This is one of my also. I have 5,000 favorite decks, I guess, but it says break free from whatever you feel is holding you back, express happiness, find out what you truly desire.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Yeah. Couldn't
A-
remember. Go ahead, Marge.
I was going to say, a lot of people don't even think about what they truly desire. They only think what they have to do
Yeah.
according to society and their
Mhm.
finances or whatever.
Yes. I was just going to say, because find out what you truly desire. Some people don't even know what they desire. Like, what is it that I makes me click or makes me happy or, puts me in a better mindset. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I feel like, this card's saying whatever is holding you back, like go out and venture out and find your purpose, find what makes you you and you unique and stuff like that. Express
Yeah.
your happiness. Some people express that happiness through clothing, some people express that happiness through helping others. Excuse me. It just really depends
Yeah.
on what you think your happiness is.
Right.
So, what were you going to say, Marge? You gonna ask?
I was just thinking that the dancing in the rainbow is typical for what we were just saying about keeping
Yeah.
Asheville weird and keeping Austin weird.
The rainbow shows up.
Yep.
Yeah, I love rainbows. You don't see them that often. They're there for a hot like 5 seconds or sometimes 2 minutes or a minute, and then it's
Yeah.
gone. So
They're beautiful.
yeah, they're very, very, very beautiful. Let's talk about unity in nature, Marge. How do we bring that together when it's come talking about interconnectedness?
Well, without nature, we wouldn't be here.
Hmm.
Mother Earth provides the nutrition. The sun provides nutrition to the. I mean, think about interconnectedness. It gets a little crazy, right? It could
Yes.
get so confusing. But the sun provides the food to the plants.
Hmm.
The plants provide food to the ground and to us
Yes.
and to all the animals that if you're an animal eater and to the animals that are keeping things going. It's all this amazing complexity is fascinating.
It's kind of like the Lion King, where
The
the
circle of
father's
life.
talking, yeah, the circle of life. And so he's talking to his son about the interconnectedness. If you really hone in on what he's saying, we're all connected.
Yeah.
And so it's just finding that well being, I guess, in us all. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, if y'all have not seen The Lion King, I suggest watch it. I know it's a kid flick, but
It's really good. The messages
yeah.
are wonderful.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth behind that story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day about water. There's a finite amount of water in this world. It's recycled and recycled and recycled and recycled. Your water goes back to the ocean, eventually evaporates, go back, and it's spread out molecule by molecule. And so
Hmm.
if you think about that, we are all very, very connected to everything. The
Yeah.
water's been through the plants, it's been through the earth, it's been through other people. Most likely you have water in your body that was part of Jesus at some point. So talk about interconnectedness. If you combine if you combine that with quantum entanglement, we got a whole other interconnected level.
Yes. Yeah, water is everywhere. Like, you
Yeah.
not have your life without water.
Yep.
Our bodies are made up of water, so
Yeah.
that's
The
interesting.
mycelium network processes it and knowledge. It's amazing. I'll
Hmm.
go I'll go crazy. We start talking about the mycelium. Let's not do that.
So, so with the unity in the nature, it's just basically about caring for your environment too. Like, you have to care for your environment because without trees, we wouldn't have breath or air, and so we couldn't breathe. And so,
Yep.
I know, which I'm sure it's across the board. There's so much construction going on, and I'm probably getting off a little bit topic, but
That's fine.
it's very unfortunate that they need to leave some of the trees, leave them alone, or I get it. We build, but eventually, these poor animals have nowhere to go, and so it's so stressful and very fortunate, that
Yeah.
we take them into consideration as well. I
The
mean,
more construction they do
uh-huh.
around here, for a while you get more deer and bears in your yard, and then they're gone. Then they go up higher into the mountains where they've got the freedom
Yeah.
to be safe. Sorry, Carol, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
but poor babies, they're still interconnected to us.
you. Yeah,
That is nature. And it's a shame that we get into their environment and take it away.
yeah,
That's the same with the ocean. We get into that environment, we take it away. And,
right,
there needs to be a balance with that when we are talking about interconnectedness. There should be, yes, there's a give and take, but it shouldn't be an extreme give and take.
right. This balance is important.
Yeah.
And the more trees they take on, they keep saying, I'm going to say they. So lumber people
Hmm.
are harvesting vast amounts of lumber for construction, for housing for people, but it's taking oxygen out of and they talk about we plant 10 trees for every one we take down, but those trees are tiny. They're not going to be that big for 100 years. Do you know how much oxygen one big 100-year-old tree processes?
Hmm.
You can't replace it like that. It's not going to work.
No. No, not at all. Not at all. And it's a shame. Like, that's
Yeah,
even if it's grown that much, just leave it alone. I mean, I don't know why they just don't preserve it. Like,
yeah,
I'm not saying like every tree is not worthy, but to me, honestly, every tree is worthy. But, I know sometimes the mites and stuff get into those ones that don't make it. So, let that one go. But I'm like you, if it's been there for years and years, and 10 plus 20, 30 years,
yeah,
that's a part of our life. That's part of life. It has its life going. So,
yeah.
yes.
It's a convoluted thing we could get into.
I know. Yes, we can get, because when we're talking about the interconnecting, we connect with so much in our planet. There is so much to connect to. So,
Yeah.
that's just a
And
good.
outside our planet too. We want to
Oh
get
my
into
God.
that. That's a
Yeah.
whole other thing, isn't it?
The universe is out there, the stars are out there, the sun is out there,
It all works together. It's an
yeah,
amazing machine.
it's all
And each
about
one
it.
of us is an important part of that machine too.
Yes, yes, we
You're here
are.
for a reason.
Yes, not a season.
That's true.
Yes. Well, we'll pull another card, Marge, because we're talking about our lovely interconnectedness.
Yeah.
empathy, the compassion, the unity of the nature of it, the weirdness, the funniness. That's kind of what
Mhm.
it's all about. And plus, I like this deck. They have good
I love that
symbols.
deck. It's beautiful.
I know that's good words. It's all about the water.
Hmm.
So this one says diving to new depths.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're popping, going through. There's a deeper meaning to what is happening. We're just talking about that. You might be looking at this from the surface and missing what is really going on. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Allow yourself to dive deeper into what you are feeling about your current situation. And I know you were just mentioning, Marge, that there is a lot of upheaval. Seems there's quite a bit of upheaval these days going on, but
Yeah.
in this day and age, in this current situation, we do these podcasts to help humanity. We want to teach people what we know. We want to teach people to find their way, to get enlightened and so forth. And so this card's just telling you, if you're in a current situation where you're trying to find your way, or whatever the case may be, we're hoping that what we're talking about gives you guidance. And if you feel like we're not giving you the right guidance, I guess you could say, or you take with it however you want,
Right.
find a community that will help you with that.
Yeah.
you know
I don't think there's as much division as a lot of people think there is because
Mhm.
if on social media, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Drama on television and social media, drama sells. But if you go out into your community, like Carol's out every day in the community, you don't see near as much drama in the community as you do on social media. True?
True. Yeah.
So if you're in your own little bubble and all you're doing is looking for the drama, you're not going to see all the beauty out there. Look for the beauty. It's there. Just saying hello to people when you're walking on the street or down the hall of an office building. It makes a big difference in their life. It'll make a big difference in your life. And there's not as much drama out there as people would lead you to believe. The world's not falling apart. It's
Yeah.
shaken up, but it's not falling apart.
Oh yeah. And it's always, there's a lot of stirring going on, and you try to find your truth. Well, is that your truth, or is where are you getting your sources? Be mindful of that.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not worth sometimes your time or your energy to constantly worry about stuff that's out of your control. If it's
Right.
not in your perimeters, then I say don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, this, the if you look that they're diving in, trying to find, I'm assuming they're probably trying to find food is probably what they're trying to do here.
Probably.
Yeah, so they're also missing what's going on in their surroundings. So because they're probably on a mission to either, like I said, maybe they're out to find food, or
Mhm.
they're moving on, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, um, this one's just saying to maybe dive deeper into what you don't know.
Yeah.
Ask yourself tons of questions and try to get answers from within you, or within a community, as we're talking about, with people, but always use your best discretion for you.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
don't know if you were going to add to it. This one says, dive deeper into your feelings. Also, like, your feelings are not going to steer you wrong. That is your intuition talking to you all the time.
Always.
Yeah. And I think we said that on our last podcast last week about intuition.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like we're broken records in here because it's the same stuff, but it's all the same stuff, right?
No, yeah, it is. And maybe it's somebody who didn't hear one podcast, Marge, and then
Right.
they're listening to this one and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. And when you say things a little bit differently, that's why we're doing this podcast the way we're doing it, because somebody could hear the exact same kind of message from someone else, but it wouldn't click with them. So
Yeah.
everybody's got value in their communication skill, and you will draw people to you that need to hear it your way.
Yes. And even with my cards, I pull different decks. And so some decks, the meanings are, you take with it however it is, but some decks, the meaning is what we're talking about in that moment. And
Yeah.
some decks, they all have different meanings, like Marge is saying, basically.
Yeah.
Um, I like it how it says to dive deeper into what is happening. In this moment, there is so much happening, good, bad, negative, positive. So,
Yep.
yeah, just keep that in mind when you are trying to find your connection with Mother Nature, your connection in your life, your connection, just in your surroundings, that's it's being aware of your surroundings.
Right. Yeah. Maybe at some point we'll do another podcast and get into some of the more political stuff, because or political or social media stuff, because I've heard I'm feeling a bunch of people are concerned about certain things going on in governments around the world and things like that. And it's like, how much do you pay attention to it? How much do you not pay attention to it? Can you do something about it? Well, if everybody stays quiet because they're only worried about their own self, nothing's going to improve, right?
Right.
Well, where is that line
Mhm.
between interconnectedness and using your compassion to help more than just yourself? It's interesting. It's like,
Yeah.
where's that balance? There's a balance there. There's a balance there.
Yes. Yes. No, I know. And I think a lot of it too, and I think we were talking earlier about it's just basically using your common sense. It doesn't have to be that extreme. It doesn't have to be that intense.
Right.
Um, just come down to earth and just, you know, refocus yourself. You have to always kind of refocus yourself sometimes because you
Yeah.
get lost in the shuffle. And it's unfortunate, but that's kind of how with the social media and stuff, everything going on, you hear so much and you're like, okay, I'm going to believe this. And it's not even true. Or, oh my God, this is happening. It's not even true.
Yeah.
So I know we could probably do a whole different podcast on that, March, with,
Yeah. We should.
yeah,
Maybe next week.
with all that craziness that go. No, every weekend we'll talk about what we want to talk about in here. And I find it funny that we have not got to that point of just bringing in all this lovely stuff that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We find
Well,
funny sometimes.
because definitely a lot of people do, but it's just you can end up going down a rabbit hole. So finding the balance in your life, and finding where interconnectedness is in you for you.
Yes.
It's amazing that if you sit and think, go deep within, like that card said, go within and think about how Mother Earth and the plants and the animals and the other people and your house and all of the things that work together to give you the life that you've got
Yeah.
work.
hmm And I was gonna add to it too, Marge. Like sometimes when you are interconnecting, the energy does shift. And so if you're feeling stuck or like you don't know where to start to find that interconnectedness, I would highly recommend decluttering because that always helps shift all the energy. Change your furniture in your house. Bring more lighting into your environment. And, open some windows.
Yeah,
I can't express that enough. Get some plants. Plants are beautiful. They help you breathe and they add a lot more to that too. So there's just a lot of things that you can do to start changing that energy so you can start feeling connecting.
absolutely. That change in furniture around is amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing, and changing the energy of your home.
Yes. No, it is, and it's
Painting a
simple.
different color in a room, it
hmm
changes it completely.
Yeah, so I know we're getting ready to go into fall. I think fall started yesterday, right? The first day of fall or something.
21st, 22nd,
But
23rd.
yeah,
Yeah,
and so this is a good time, especially with don't have the crazy weather going on right now. This is
right.
definitely a good time to take advantage of it before we hit our cold weather season really hard.
Yeah, this is perfect season. I love October coming up
Fall.
soon,
The
the
leaves are
fall,
changing,
leaves
Of course, my
changing.
leaves are green back here, but the leaves are changing. They start falling.
Yeah. I've got a video. I've got a big red oak tree in my front, red maple, excuse me, red maple in my front yard. And it's so beautiful in the fall. And a year or two ago, I caught it the day it was losing its leaves because
Mhm.
it basically loses all of them in just a couple days. And it sounded like rain. The leaves were just falling and falling and falling. It was like, oh, the most beautiful thing. I'm like, I got to figure out how to get a good video of this because it's just gorgeous.
Oh my God. You'd have to leave your video on all day and then see how, then you could capture it in a timeless recap.
Yeah, yeah, it's really neat.
Nice. Well, March, I will pull one more card before we close out this session just to
Sounds
see.
good.
I want to see what we have to say before we do close.
What are we going to wrap up with, Spirit?
Yes. But like I said, just even it's changing your clothing, getting a haircut. So anything that helps change you to where you could start feeling um, your compassion for you, your then compassion for others. So that's
Right.
kind of what it's all about. Shared inspiration. Look
There
at
you
these
go.
lovely wells. I'm sorry, dolphins. These are dolphins, actually. So it says, throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules, and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart.
Perfect. That's what we've been saying the whole time.
Yes, whatever fulfills your heart. Oh my gosh, that's the card that we're gonna close this out with.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's so perfect. Yeah.
That's the whole message in a nutshell, in a one card.
Yes. Throw yourself into new projects, what we were just talking about. Maybe
Yep.
changing the furniture, that would be your project for the week, or changing your wardrobe. Maybe that's your project for the week. You want a new lift or within yourself. So,
Right.
and of course, it says be willing to let go of time restraints. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ah,
I would say, yeah, pace it at your own pace. You know what works for you. Don't put
right.
that, okay, well, I have 3 days to do this and I got to do it. No, just let it flow naturally. Because when you let it flow naturally, it'll all come into place. It's like putting a puzzle together.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
look at that too and think about the younger people that are like, oh, I'm already 30 and I don't have any kids, or all these time limits we put on ourselves, these locking in, I should have done this by now. It doesn't matter.
No, all the standards, those normal standards have gotten knocked out the window. Like
Yep.
nobody even follows those anymore. Everybody finds their own rhythm, their own way of doing things. And if you fall into that pattern, it's very unfortunate because that's not what it's happening at this moment
Yeah. You can,
anymore.
and if you force it, it's not going to go very well. So
Yeah.
relax, be yourself, take it
Yeah.
easy, find a new hobby, to move
Yeah.
the furniture.
Find what the card at the end of this, find whatever fulfills your heart.
Yep.
That can't be more explained than what that statement says.
Yeah. So I have a question. I have a question for the audience, actually. If you think about what really would thrill you and finding your true desire, my daughter have been playing this game lately, and it's called What If We Won the Powerball? And we had the $1.2 billion. So after you've done the initial spend, what would you do? If money, time was not an issue, what would you do with your life? Where would you be? Interesting, huh? That's how you can
Yeah.
find your real passions.
Yes. And who your true friends are.
That
than
too.
your
That
family.
too.
Yeah. Because
Yep.
once money kicks in your perimeter, your peripherals, it's like, oh, hi, new friend.
Hmm. Well, you know what's funny is if you're doing that process, maybe we'll I'll put that in the class. Anyway, it would also help you identify who you truly trust to be a friend too. If you're doing this as a mental practice and figuring out where your passion is, then it's like, okay, yeah, these people, yeah, they're going to come and ask for money because they want money. But these people are going to say, no, do whatever you think you should with it. And those are the people you're going to want to give money, or I would anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the ones that are less selfish and are more interested in their relationship with you. It's just a different way of finding your passion and creating a better foundation for yourself.
Right.
So the interconnectedness then, sorry to go back to interconnectedness, but it's the subject for the day. So, so you can really see where you're really and truly connected with people in the heart.
Yeah, no, I agree. I that's really good way of looking at it or perceiving it because you just, you know, somebody wins the Powerball, it's like their whole entire luck change. Well, first of all, their luck has changed, but then their whole entire world changes.
Yeah,
Um, that can either make you or break you as a human, I think, because some people take that money and by 2 months it's gone, and some people
right.
will um, put invest it somewhere, and over time it's still they're still in the right place at the right um, environment, I guess you could say. So it's about
Yeah,
how you do connect with things that happen like that out of the blue, because
yeah,
maybe there's a reason for it. So
right.
no. Well, I don't have anything else to add to our lovely conversation today, Marge. How about you?
Here, I think we're good. I think we've covered all of it. Plus,
Perfect. Yeah, and then some. Yeah, we'll have to probably do one of our other podcasts what we are talking about earlier. So
yeah, yeah.
that would be definitely a fun one. So, anyways, my name is Carol. Thank you all for coming. Visit us at www.neuvias.com. And Marge.
And I'm Marge, and please subscribe, like, and comment. I'm stuttering. We love to hear your answer about the $1 billion. If you won the $1 billion, where would your passion be after the initial spend is over? That'd be great.
Absolutely. And like you said, like we talked about today, if you're wanting to interconnect, be sure and join us at Neuvias.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Much
Till
love.
next time. Yes.
Love y'all.
Love and light.
Bye.
Bye.